Welcome to our urgent alert. Millions are on the verge of starvation, and the crisis is unfolding right before our eyes. This isn't a distant nightmare, it's our reality, and it's happening now. Picture this: farmers are losing an alarming 1/3 of their crops, while the supply chain hangs by a thread, threatening to leave grocery store shelves bare within mere weeks. Are you prepared to face the chaos that lies ahead? The clock is ticking, and time is of the essence. If you haven't yet picked up these 20 essential items, now is the moment to act. You'll thank yourself later. Prices are set to skyrocket, and if you miss your opportunity to stock up, you could find yourself either paying exorbitant prices or worse, scrambling for the few remaining goods. Imagine stepping into your local store only to find the aisles stripped clean. Now, don't let that be your reality. It's time to take charge of your shopping list and fill your pantry with the necessities that will carry you through the turmoil. In this video, we'll uncover the 20 grocery products you'll regret not stockpiling next month. Join us as we dive into the must-haves that could make all the difference in your household survival. 20 cornbread mix. Now, let's talk about something that might seem simple, but is an absolute game changer: cornbread mix. You might think you're fully prepared for any crisis, but if your pantry doesn't have boxes of cornbread mix, you're setting yourself up for a culinary catastrophe. The cornbread isn't just another side dish, it's a comfort food icon in America, staple to gatherings and family dinners alike. When the going gets tough, you want something that's easy to whip up, offers a taste of nostalgia, and let's be honest, actually tastes good. Imagine being stuck in a challenging situation, craving something warm and filling, but all you have are stale crackers or plain rice. Yikes, that's why a box of Jiffy cornbread mix should be at the top of your grocery list. This is not just any mix, it's your ticket to a deliciously satisfying meal in mere moments. Just mix in some water or milk, pop it in the oven, and voila. In no time, you'll have golden, fluffy cornbread that pairs perfectly with anything: chili, beans, soups, you name it. And let's not forget about storage. Cornbread mix has an impressively long shelf life. This means you can stockpile multiple boxes without worrying about expiration. By having this versatile product on hand, you're not only preparing for emergencies, but also adding essential variety to your meals. You certainly don't want to be left with bland, tasteless mush if things go sideways. So, trust me, stock up on cornbread mix today, because if you don't, you might just find yourself regretting it next month when your hunger strikes. 19 shelf-stable almond milk. You might be raising an eyebrow at the thought of almond milk, but hear me out, this isn't just any ordinary milk alternative, it's a game changer. When planning for uncertain times, shelf-stable almond milk, like the ever-reliable Almond Breeze variety, is a must-have staple that can last for months without ever needing refrigeration. Imagine a world where fresh milk is a thing of the past. That's when you'll truly appreciate having this trusty item in your pantry. Unlike powdered milk, which requires mixing and can leave you with lumpy textures, shelf-stable almond milk is ready to go straight from the carton. No hassle, no fuss, just open it up and pour. Whether you're drizzling it over your morning oatmeal, whipping it up in a smoothie, or splashing it into your coffee for that perfect creamy touch, it's a versatile liquid that can elevate your meals and snacks. But that's not all. Almond milk isn't just easy and convenient, it's also packed with essential nutrients. It's a fantastic source of calcium and vitamin D, making it an ideal alternative for those who are lactose intolerant or simply looking to reduce their dairy intake. So, when the fresh milk runs out and you're left staring at a half-empty fridge, you'll be thankful you made the smart choice to stockpile this delicious drink. Let's face it, in times of uncertainty, do you really want to find yourself left with nothing but plain water? You deserve better than that. Trust me, once you experience the convenience and nutritional benefits of shelf-stable almond milk, you'll wonder how you ever got by without it. So add this item to your shopping list and ensure you're prepared for whatever comes your way. 18 canned coconut milk. Now here's a surprising hero in your pantry that you may have overlooked: canned coconut milk. If you find yourself running low on fresh dairy or cooking oils, this versatile ingredient can be an absolute game changer. Let me share why it deserves a spot on your list of must-have grocery items. Canned coconut milk, particularly the creamy goodness from brands like T-Kitchen, is packed with healthy fats, which makes it an excellent choice for adding those essential calories during tough times. Whether you're in survival mode or simply trying to elevate your meals, this magic ingredient works wonders. It has a long shelf life, so you don't have to worry about it spoiling anytime soon. Imagine whipping up a rich, velvety soup or fragrant curry that leaves your taste buds dancing with joy. Canned coconut milk can also play the role of a dairy substitute in baking, or even shake up your smoothies with its luscious texture. So it's not just another ingredient, it transforms ordinary dishes into something truly special. Are you tired of bland rice and beans? A splash of coconut milk can turn your basic staples into a flavorful feast you'll actually look forward to eating. Who would have thought that a humblekin could elevate your culinary game? So before you end up with just plain water to season your meals, make sure to stock up on canned coconut milk. Your future self will be grateful as you enjoy a creamy coconut-based stew while others are still wrestling with dry rice. Trust me, it's one grocery item you won't regret having in your pantry. 17 canned baked beans. Let's talk about a true pantry powerhouse: canned baked beans. If you're an American and aren't already stashing away these little gems, it's time to rethink your grocery strategy. Baked beans aren't merely a side dish for your summer cookouts, they are a bona fide survival staple that you absolutely need in your stockpile. It's hard to deny the nutritional punch they pack, loaded with protein, fiber, and just the right amount of carbs. These beans will keep you satiated when shortages start hitting. Here's a reality check. When fresh produce runs out, you don't want to find yourself stuck with only plain rice and pasta. Let's be honest, it's only a matter of days before those bland staples lose their charm. That's where the magic of baked beans comes in. Imagine opening a can of Bush's Best or your favorite brand and savoring the rich, smoky flavor that instantly transforms any meal. When the stress of food shortages sets in, you'll appreciate every comforting bite. Whether you choose to heat them over a campfire or dig in straight from the can, baked beans offer a sense of familiarity and warmth, a little comfort food to ease your worries. Plus, they're incredibly versatile. Use them as a topping for baked potatoes, mix them into casseroles, or enjoy them on toast for a delicious twist. So, stockpile those cans now. Trust me, when the shelves are bare and choices are limited, you'll be thanking yourself for the foresight. Don't end up gnawing on dry, tasteless grains month after month. Make sure you have a hearty supply of baked beans to keep your spirits high and your belly full. 16. Canned corn. Let's talk about canned corn, an absolute essential for your pantry that you'll wish you had in a crisis. This isn't just any side item, it's a culinary superstar that can save your meals when fresh produce is nowhere to be found. Imagine this: a crisis hits, grocery stores are stripped bare, and you're left twiddling your thumbs over bland, unseasoned rice. Not ideal, right? That's why canned corn needs to be your next grocery haul priority. With its stalwart shelf life of several years, canned corn is versatile enough to jazz up any dish. Whether you're tossing it straight into a hearty soup or incorporating it into a scrumptious casserole, this canned delight can transform your meal from mundane to mouthwatering in seconds. Plus, it's packed with fiber and nutrients to keep your energy levels high. Gone are the days of waiting for fresh veggies to make their way to your kitchen. When you stock up on green giant sweet corn, you're not just preparing for an emergency, you're setting the stage for culinary creativity. Who doesn't love the sweet and satisfying crunch of corn that can be eaten right out of the can? Remember, in times of uncertainty, your go-to meal shouldn't consist of just tasteless mush. So gear up and grab a few extra cans when you're out shopping. Add canned corn to your list today, because when the going gets tough, this humble pantry staple will have your back, helping you whip up delicious meals without the stress. Don't be caught off guard. Stockpile those cans and make your taste buds grateful. 15. Peanut butter crackers. Let's be honest, if you think you can navigate a crisis without peanut butter crackers, you might be in for a surprise. This iconic American snack isn't just a treat, it's a lifesaver in times of need. Picture this: you're facing an unexpected situation and the clock is ticking. What's your go-to snack? That's right, peanut butter crackers. These little powerhouses are not only delicious, but also packed with a perfect balance of protein and carbohydrates, providing you with the energy boost you desperately need. Brands like Lance and Ritz have mastered the art of combining crunchy goodness with creamy, rich peanut butter. These snack packs are incredibly lightweight and can be stashed away easily, making them an ideal choice for your emergency pantry. Forget about bland granola bars or plain crackers. After days of limited options, you'll find yourself longing for the satisfying crunch and nutty flavor of peanut butter crackers to rejuvenate your spirits. And let's talk about shelf stability. Unlike fresh produce that can spoil in a couple of days, peanut butter crackers have a long lifespan, meaning you can stock up without worrying about them going bad. Trust me, when you're hours away from your next meal, having these morsels on hand will feel like a small victory. Picture a rainy day or perhaps an unforeseen event, and you'll be grateful you had the foresight to stockpile these snacks. So, are you ready to take action? Make sure to include peanut butter crackers on your grocery list right now. It's time to ensure you're equipped for whatever life throws your way. After all, waiting until it's too late is a recipe for regret. 14. Cereal. Let's talk about cereal, an absolute staple in any pantry that you definitely don't want to overlook when it comes to stockpiling your grocery essentials for the upcoming month. Seriously, if you're looking for an easy, reliable source of energy, cereal is the way to go. But not just any cereal. We want to steer clear of those sugary, overly processed options that promise the world but don't deliver quite the same nutritional benefits. Instead, reach for hearty, wholesome choices like Cheerios Raisin Bran or Grape Nuts. These cereals are not only packed with the carbs you need to fuel your day, but they're also loaded with fiber, which is essential for keeping your digestive system running smoothly. And let's not forget about versatility. Whether you enjoy it with milk for breakfast or use it as a crunchy topping for yogurt, the options are endless. Now, here's the crucial part: don't forget the shelf-stable milk. Brands like Horizon Organic or Parmalat are perfect for this, allowing you to enjoy your cereal without the risk of spoilage. Trust me, no one wants to be left nibbling on dry cereal day after day. It can get pretty dull, and nobody likes monotony, especially when you're trying to keep your morale up during uncertain times. So why waste time? Stock your pantry with a good selection of these cereals and the milk to match. You'll thank yourself later when you can pour a fulfilling bowl of comfort packed with nutrition instead of enduring bland, uninspiring meals. So, roll those carts down the cereal aisle and make sure you grab your favorites. After all, you don't want to be one of those people regretting their decisions when the next month rolls around. 13. Canned biscuits. If you haven't yet stocked up on canned biscuits, let me tell you, you might be in for a rude awakening. Picture this: it's breakfast time during a crisis, and instead of a hot, fluffy biscuit to accompany your meal, you're left with tasteless, rehydrated foods. Enter Pillsbury Grant's Flaky Layers. It's not just any biscuit, it's the ultimate breakfast game changer. These deliciously flaky gems are a true American classic and are incredibly easy to prepare. In just minutes, you can pop these biscuits from the can into the oven and voila, hot, buttery goodness that elevates any meal. Imagine biting into that warm biscuit, its crispy exterior giving way to a soft, pillowy center. When you're surrounded by bland, shelf-stable products, that biscuit is going to taste like a slice of heaven. Let's face it, freshly baked bread is a luxury that simply won't be available in times of trouble. Canned biscuits are brilliant because they're shelf-stable, meaning they're ready to serve up comfort whenever you need it. Whether you enjoy them on their own as a perfect side to your dinner, or even transformed into a delightful dessert with a sprinkle of cinnamon and sugar, the possibilities are endless. So why wait? Stock up on canned biscuits now, unless you enjoy the thought of watching everyone else savor their fluffy creations while you find yourself munching on dry curs. Take action. Your future self will thank you for ensuring those comforting, warm biscuits are always within reach. Remember, it's not just about surviving, it's about enjoying what you eat, because when it comes to food in a crisis, comfort is key. 12. Honey, the sweet survival essential. Let's talk about honey, what should be an absolute staple in your pantry, but surprisingly, so many people overlook it. Honey is not just another sweetener, it's a true marvel of nature. Did you know that honey never goes bad? That's right. Folks, this magical elixir can last for centuries without spoiling. Imagine having a treasure trove of energy-boosting goodness just waiting for you whenever you need it. When the times get tough and you're reaching for that emergency stash, a jar of honey could be a lifesaver. It's loaded with natural sugars, making it the perfect fuel for your body. Whether you're hiking through the wilderness or enduring a long day at home, a spoonful of honey can give you that extra boost you need to keep going. But wait, it gets even better. Honey is renowned for its antibacterial properties, meaning it can serve as a natural healer. I got a sore throat. A drizzle of honey in your tea can be just what the doctor ordered. It's versatile enough to sweeten your morning oatmeal, or to drizzle over biscuits if you were wise enough to stockpile some of those, of course. Now, when we say honey, we're talking about the good stuff here. You don't settle for those sugary knockoffs. Go for raw, unfiltered honey, like Nature Nate's 100% pure honey. It's the real deal, packed with nutrients and rich flavor that will elevate any dish. At 11, peanut butter M&Ms. Let's talk about peanut butter M&Ms, the unsung heroes of your survival stash. You might be thinking, why candy? Well, let's cut to the chase. When you're deep in a survival scenario, the last thing you want is to face another day of bland beans and rice without a hint of sweetness. Trust me, you'll start dreaming of a little indulgence, and that's where peanut butter M&Ms step in to save the day. This isn't just about satisfying a sweet tooth. These candies pack a punch. With a delightful combination of crunchy peanuts, creamy peanut butter, and a candy shell, they offer you not only a sugar rush, but also a good dose of protein. When stress levels are high and morale is dipping, a handful of these will lift your spirits and remind you of the little pleasures in life. And let's be honest, who wouldn't want something delicious to look forward to during tough times? Peanut butter M&Ms are also remarkably shelf-stable, lasting for months, if not years, without losing that signature taste. Imagine opening up your survival stash and finding a stash of these goodies waiting for you. It's like a treasure among the essentials. So go ahead and stock up on a few bags now. While others are grinding through their dreary meal plans, you'll be enjoying a sweet escape. Don't wait until you're battling sugar withdrawal to realize what you've missed out on. Make the smart choice today. Add peanut butter M&Ms to your grocery list and ensure your survival kit isn't just functional but enjoyable. After all, you deserve a little slice of sweetness, even in the toughest situations. There's no time to waste. Get them while you can. 10. Canned chili. Let's get straight to the point. If you're not stockpiling canned chili, you're missing out on one of the ultimate pantry staples that can save your life when some shelves get bare. Canned chili is an American classic for a multitude of reasons. Not only is it a fantastic source of protein and carbs, but it also brings a punch of flavor that will keep your taste buds satisfied when everything else in your pantry tastes like, well, cardboard. Now, do you honestly believe you'll survive the upcoming months on a diet of tasteless rice and beans? Think again. What you need is comfort food that truly satisfies, and Hormel's chili with beans is precisely that solution. Imagine coming home after a long day, cracking open a can, and within minutes having a warm, hearty meal that feels like a hug from the inside. But let's not stop there. You can take it to the next level by adding your favorite toppings, whether it's shredded cheese, diced onions, or a dollop of sour cream. This isn't just a side dish, it's an entire meal packed with flavors and nutrients. And the best part? You can prepare it in a matter of minutes, perfect for those hectic weeks when cooking feels like a chore. Picture this: you're gathered with friends during a power outage and everyone else is nibbling on bland snacks. What do you have? A delicious steaming bowl of chili that's sure to make you the star of the evening. So, do yourself a favor and stock up on canned chili while you can. You don't want to be the one looking regretfully at plain rice while everyone else digs into a comforting bowl of chili with cheese melting on top. Wake up, America, and make your pantry a chili haven. 9. Load up on Pasta, the ultimate survival staple. Pasta, if you're not stocking up on it right now, let me tell you, you're making a huge mistake. This humble staple is not just a pantry filler, it's your lifeline during challenging times. Imagine digging into a hearty bowl of spaghetti when the world feels chaotic around you. That's not just comfort food, it's a survival strategy. First off, let's talk about versatility. Pasta can take on countless forms and flavors. From creamy Alfredo to zesty marinara, the possibilities are endless. You can whip up a tasty meal in no time, allowing you to focus on more important tasks at hand. No one wants to waste valuable time cooking elaborate dishes when the clock is ticking. With pasta, you can have dinner ready in a flash, leaving you free to tackle whatever challenges come your way. Now, let's consider the practicality of pasta. It's incredibly affordable and has a long shelf life, making it an ideal food for stockpiling. Most varieties can sit in your pantry for years, so you won't need to worry about spoilage like you would with perishable items. When planning your grocery list, don't just think about what's trendy, think about what's reliable. And while we're at it, let's not get caught up in the myth that you have to make your own sauce. Skip the homemade extravagance, grab jars of Raggi or Prego. When disaster strikes, you'll thank yourself for having these quick and delicious options ready to go. So, Be smart, load up on pasta and a few jars of your go-to sauce. You'll be creating delightful meals that not only fill your belly, but also give you that much needed sense of normalcy amid uncertainty. Trust me, if pasta isn't on your grocery list this month, you're setting yourself up for regret. I don't make that rookie mistake. Stock up now and enjoy a comforting plate of pasta when you need it most. 8 canned sardines. All right, let's talk about one of the most underrated pantry staples that you might think is a bit fishy: canned sardines. But trust me, giving sardines a chance could change your life in the kitchen and beyond. If you aren't hoarding cans of these little nutritional powerhouses, especially top-notch brands like King Oscar, you might just be missing out on one of the best survival foods available. Packed to the brim with protein, omega-3 fatty acids, and calcium, yes, those tiny bones are a treasure trove of nutrients. Sardines are a complete feast in a can. Not only do they boast an impressive array of essential vitamins and minerals, but they can also sit on your shelf for ages without a worry in the world. Seriously, they practically last forever. And let's not forget their versatility. These little beauties can be transformed in countless ways. Enjoy them straight from the can, a perfect quick snack. Or you can get a bit adventurous, spread them on whole grain crackers for a fancy appetizer, toss them into a pasta dish for an instant flavor boost, or mix them into a salad for some added texture and nutrients. Trust me, once you try them out, you'll understand why they deserve a spot in your emergency stash. Imagine a scenario where fresh fish is nowhere to be found, yet your body is screaming for those nutritious omega-3s. You'll be thanking yourself for the foresight in keeping a steady supply of sardines on hand. So, don't overlook this canned gem. Stock up and get creative in the kitchen. When the time comes, these little jars of goodness won't seem so bad. After all, they'll be your secret weapon in a survival situation. Let's hear it for canned sardines, a true superhero of your grocery list. 7 Kraft mac and cheese. All right, let's talk about a beloved classic, Kraft mac and cheese. Seriously, if you haven't got those iconic blue boxes stashed away in your pantry yet, what are you even doing? This isn't just a meal, it's a staple of American comfort food that transcends generations. It's the kind of dish that fills you up and warms your soul, exactly what you want when life's going a bit sideways. Picture this: a day when you're exhausted, feeling frazzled, and maybe the last thing you want to do is cook a gourmet meal. With Kraft mac and cheese, you get an instant lift. All it takes is a little water, a splash of milk, or honestly powdered milk if that's all you've got. And in just a few minutes, you're diving into a creamy, cheesy bowl of happiness. In times of uncertainty, comfort food isn't just indulgence, it's a lifeline. And let's be real, when the world feels chaotic, bland grains and sad canned veggies just won't cut it. Those meals are about as exciting as a brick wall. Imagine staring into your pantry only to see a sea of monotony staring back at you. Ouch. Instead, with Kraft, you'll find yourself in cheat day heaven, reminiscing over childhood pizza parties or late night snacks. Plus, these boxes have an incredibly long shelf life. You could stockpile enough for months. And who wouldn't want that? The beauty of Kraft mac and cheese is that it's not just about being full, it's about feeling human again when times get tough. So make sure you grab a few extra boxes next month. You'll thank yourself later when you're twirling your fork, smiling at the nostalgia, and reveling in the goodness that is undeniably, unapologetically Kraft mac and cheese. Trust me, your future self will be grateful. 6 Jerky beef or turkey. When it comes to stocking up on the ultimate snacking powerhouse, Jerky reigns supreme. This isn't just the classic road trip treat anymore, it's your new best friend in the pantry. Whether you're hitting the trails, gearing up for an emergency, or just searching for a quick pick-me-up, Jerky is an absolute must-have. With its incredible shelf life and high-protein content, it's ready to fuel your adventures anytime you need it. Think beef or turkey? Jerky is just about convenience? Think again. Sinking your teeth into quality jerky is a mouth-watering experience that goes beyond basic sustenance. Brands like Jack Links and Crave aren't just filling, they're bursting with flavor that makes you forget you're actually forget. Whether you prefer the spicy kick of peppered beef or the rich sweetness of teriyaki turkey, there's a jerky option tailored to every taste bud. But don't limit your imagination to snacking alone. Jerky shines in the kitchen too. Toss some pieces into soups for added protein or rehydrate them in stews for a savory, hearty meal when fresh meat is off the table. The versatility of jerky allows it to seamlessly blend into your cooking repertoire, making it not just a snack but a culinary ally. So why roll the dice when it comes to nutrition? In a world where you never know what's around the corner, a dependable source of ready-to-eat protein is essential. Stock up on jerky now and prevent yourself from facing the disappointment of being left empty-handed when hunger strikes. Make the smart choice today. Grab the jerky and transform your pantry into a fortress of delicious, nutritious options. Your future self will thank you. 5 Canned beef stew. Think canned beef stew is just a pantry filler? Think again. This underrated gem should be at the top of your grocery list when preparing for uncertain times. Packed with protein, a medley of vegetables, and satisfying carbohydrates, it's the hearty meal your taste buds will crave when the usual fare starts to feel monotonous. Imagine this: you've been subsisting on rice and beans for weeks, and suddenly all you can think about is a steaming bowl of beef stew with tender chunks of meat and rich, flavorful broth. When chaos breaks loose and convenience becomes your best friend, Diddy Moore beef stew is your go-to solution. Unlike those tiny cans of tuna or chicken that can leave you feeling unsatisfied, beef stew is the complete package. It's filling, it's delicious, and you can eat it straight from the can if needed, no cooking required. The beauty of canned beef stew lies in its longevity. Stocking your pantry with these hearty meals means you're prepared for anything from unplanned emergencies to nights when cooking feels like a Herculean task. Imagine enjoying a warm, comforting meal while others are stuck with bland survival rations. Trust me, when hunger strikes, you'll be glad you made the choice to stockpile this essential item. So go ahead, grab a few extra cans during your next grocery run. You'll want to have ample supplies of this delectable stew when the going gets tough. After all, it isn't just about survival, it's about enjoying what you eat, even in the most challenging circumstances. Because when the world feels out of control, a warm bowl of beef stew can bring a little bit of comfort right to your table. Don't miss out, make canned beef stew a staple in your emergency stash. 4. Canned spaghetti and meatballs. If you haven't already started stockpiling canned spaghetti and meatballs, it's time to reconsider your priorities. This quintessential all-American comfort food isn't just a meal, it's a warm embrace in a can that can save your sanity when your pantry is filled with nothing but bland and uninspiring options. Imagine this scenario: you're faced with an emergency or a major disruption and you open your pantry only to find dry goods that lack excitement. What do you reach for? A can of Chef Boyardee's spaghetti and meatballs, of course. This easy-to-prepare meal packs a satisfying punch with its pasta, savory meatballs, and rich tomato sauce, all blended into one harmonious dish. No cooking skills required. Gone are the days when you might have turned your nose up at canned food when fresh ingredients are nowhere in sight and all you crave is something familiar. A can of spaghetti can be a lifesaver. Let's face it, in tough times, we don't really have the luxury of whipping up gourmet meals. When hunger strikes, standing over a stove is the last thing you want to do. That's where these little treasures come in. Being shelf-stable for years means you can rely on them without worrying about expiration dates. And if you find yourself in a pinch, you can even eat it cold. Who knew convenience could taste so good? So, ditch the notion that you'll survive on rice and beans alone. Embrace the delicious simplicity of canned spaghetti and meatballs. Trust me, when the hunger pangs hit and you realize all you have are cans, you'll be infinitely grateful you stocked up on this classic comfort food. It's not just a meal, it's a moment of nostalgia wrapped in a can, ready to rescue you when you need it most. 3. Canned peaches. When it comes to survival foods that keep your spirits high, canned peaches should be at the top of your list. Let's face it, amid the monotony of bland rations, having something sweet can make all the difference in a tough situation. Canned peaches are not just simple treats, they're a delightful reminder of better days when life was more vibrant. Think about it: after weeks of enduring tasteless meals, the sweetness of canned peaches will feel like a little slice of heaven. Brands like Del Monte pack these juicy gems with essential vitamins and hydration, making them your go-to option. You may wonder if you truly need fruit in a crisis, but trust me, your body will crave the variety. It's incredibly easy to become fatigued by the same repetitive meals. Imagine the comfort of opening a tin of soft, succulent peaches, letting the syrupy goodness revive your taste buds while others around you grapple with dull beans and rice. That burst of sweetness could uplift your mood and morale, providing a much-needed mental boost in challenging times. You wouldn't want to be the unlucky one left with an uninspired stash of survival food while everyone else enjoys the sugary satisfaction. So, what are you waiting for? If you don't already have at least a dozen cans of these delectable treats stocked away in your pantry, now's the time to act. It only takes a moment to replenish your supplies, and those golden, juicy peaches could be an absolute game changer in your survival strategy. Trust me, when the chips are down, you'll be glad you made the effort to stockpile canned peaches. Don't let this opportunity slip away. Number 2, canned green beans. Let's get straight to the point. If you're not stockpiling canned green beans right now, you're making a colossal blunder. These little green wonders are a cornerstone of countless American meals, and in a world where fresh produce can vanish faster than you can blink, they are your culinary lifeline. Canned green beans aren't just convenient, they have an impressive shelf life, lasting years without spoiling, perfect for those uncertain times ahead. Imagine this: you open your pantry only to find a desolate abyss filled with dried grains and canned meats. What's missing? That burst of color and nutrition that only a serving of green beans can bring. With their rich vitamins and fiber, these beans will be your body's best friend when it craves healthy sustenance. Now, I can already hear the naysayers, but I don't like canned vegetables. I challenge you to reconsider. In a survival situation, those garden fresh veggies might be a distant memory, and trust me, a can of green giant French-style green beans will taste like a gourmet side dish compared to the bland and uninspiring alternatives you'll find when the going gets tough. Variety is key in maintaining your sanity during challenging times, and these greens offer a refreshing twist to your meals. From stir-fries to casseroles, canned green beans can transform simple dishes into comforting classics that make the pantry feel a little more like home. So, don't wait until it's too late. Stock up on canned green beans now or risk facing the consequences. You'll thank yourself later when you have something vibrant and nutritious to rely on. Everyone deserves a taste of the extraordinary, even in the most trying circumstances. 1. Coffee. Seriously, how do you expect to navigate a crisis without your beloved morning brew? If you're the kind of person who relies on that daily trip to Starbucks to function, it's time to rethink your game plan. When the world is in chaos, coping without your caffeine fix could be a massive mistake. Trust me, this isn't just about convenience. Coffee is your brain's fuel. Deprive yourself of it, and you risk crashing harder than your phone on 1% battery. In an emergency, you won't have time to hunt down an espresso maker or grab a fancy lat. That's why instant coffee is your best friend in this scenario. Think about it: products like Folgers Classic Roast don't just have an impressively long shelf life, they're also easy to prepare. You just add hot water and voila, your much-needed jolt is ready. Picture this: while everyone around you is scrambling, you're scambling your warm cup of coffee, rejuvenating your mind and spirit, able to think and plan clearly. Now, imagine facing any crisis without that precious caffeine. You'll be stuck with a pounding headache, feeling miserable and irritable. So do you really want to be the person who can't think straight or make quick decisions because you didn't bother to stock up beforehand? No thanks. Don't end up regretting your choices when the going gets tough. Start stockpiling now so you can enjoy your coffee even in the most challenging times. Your future self will definitely thank you, and you'll be much better equipped to handle whatever comes your way. In summary, preparing for uncertain times involves more than just thinking about the essentials. It's about considering what will bring you comfort and energy amid the chaos. The products highlighted in this guide, ranging from sweet canned peaches to hearty green beans and vital coffee, are not merely items to survive on. They are key components for maintaining your morale and well-being when it matters most. Stockpiling these grocery essentials will not only ensure you have the nourishment you need, but will also provide a sense of normalcy during challenging circumstances. Don't wait for a crisis to strike. Act now and fortify your pantry with these versatile and uplifting products so you can face a situation with confidence and resilience. After all, a well-prepared household is a happier one.